Hi, my name is Regulator Ruby Rose. I play for Foothill Foxy Flyers. I've been playing for about 7 years, and when I'm not playing derby, I work in an accounting department in a school district. I discovered roller derby by my daughter, actually. She and I had talked about it, was making a comeback. She mentioned that she had a friend that was playing roller derby. She was going to go check it out. I said, oh great, I'm going to come and watch you practice one of these times when you're over there. And she said, okay. I got to practice and I was going to watch her, and she brings me a pair of skates and says, put these on and come and skate with us. And I did, and I was hooked. But I said, you know, I don't want to get in her way. I don't want to take over her thing. This is kind of what she's doing. And so I was like, well, that looks like so much fun. I'm so glad you're doing it. And she goes, well, come and do it with me. I said, no, it's your thing. It's your thing. She goes, no, it would be so much better if you came and did it with me. And so I did. So I play for Foothill Foxy Flyers. We are a team in the Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga area in the foothills in the Inland Empire. The team was established in 2011, I believe. I didn't start until 2012, and I know they had been around for probably 6 months or so before I started, a very small team. We've kind of fluctuated a little bit over the years since I've been here. We're currently in a bit of a rebuilding phase, so we have a few of our long-standing skaters still here. We have a lot of new people. We have an awesome juniors team, probably about 25 junior skaters on our junior team, and we probably are at about 30 or more skaters on our adult team now. Here at Foothill Foxy Flyers, a typical week includes practices on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Our juniors start at about 5:30 practice. We overlap for about 45 minutes. The adults start at 6:30, we go until 8:30. Every practice we have conditioning, endurance, we work on footwork. We're constantly talking about the game and how to play certain plays and why we do things the way that we do. So our coaches are always trying to train us not only physically but mentally for the game. And it's a great way for the newer players to really quickly learn to understand the game when your coaches are giving it to you from that angle as well. We do a lot of things outside of practice, try to do a lot of team bonding. Sometimes our skaters will go on hikes together. We recently did a parade with a bunch of other leagues. We might go hiking, we might go skating. Some of the teammates will get together and do river trips, all kinds of things. So we really gel really well as a team and have a really good time with that. It helps us to be better teammates for one another because we feel a little bit of an obligation to be best for our teammates. The furthest I've ever traveled with this team has been to Sonora for the Attack of the Sea Squads. Attack of the Sea Squads is one of the funnest tournaments that I've ever participated in. I actually was there 3 years. The first year I was broken, so I was helping to coach. And that year we came in like dead last. We didn't do very well at all. Next time I went back, I did actually skate with the team. We placed 5th place, I believe, that next year, and then followed up the year after that with a 1st place finish. So that was really exciting. I think my biggest memory from Attack of the Sea Squads was probably our trip up there. The charter bus that we took, air conditioning went out. It was over 100 degrees outside. We had no air conditioner. We couldn't open the windows. We did make a stop because the bus driver was trying to get someone to trade our bus out so that we could have some air conditioning. That didn't work, but at least we stopped at a Smart and Final, so we went in and got some popsicles, and we all enjoyed a popsicle before we loaded back into that hot bus to make the rest of our trip. But it was still a fun trip, air conditioning or not. The Inland Empire area roller derby scene, or even larger than Inland Empire, we go all the way out to the coast, all of Southern California. There's a ton of roller derby here. Everywhere you go, we have teams. We could play locally all the time if we wanted to. We do travel because we enjoy traveling. It's a great team bonding experience, and sometimes it's just fun to do that. But there are so many teams locally that we could definitely play all of our games local, but it's fun to go elsewhere. In any season, a league could have 1 team, barely enough players, or they could have 3 teams and have full rosters for each of those 3 teams. And that fluctuation happens with every league. So players do move around some. So when we play locally, we know a lot of those players out there, and we have a great time. When we're out on the track, we're talking about, oh, you still living, out in Indio, or are you, no, I've moved out to Blythe now. I'm coming 3 hours for my games. And so it's a lot of fun because you get to see people that you haven't seen in a while and get to catch up with them on the track. Foothill Foxy Flyers is primarily a recreational league, and that's great for most of us who are here. We're here for that reason, because that's what we want. But I would love to see roller derby really become bigger and grow and get a big fan base where they're playing in big arenas. Olympics might be great, but what I would like is that our junior skaters have somewhere to go so they can stay with this sport, they can grow with this sport, and they can end up in a bigger arena playing in front of lots of fans. The thing I would say to my future self is, you should be so grateful that you had the courage to play this sport, because it changed your life. I've been playing for 7 years. I had never played a sport. When I started roller derby, I almost didn't do it because I really wanted to play with my daughter, like I said. You know, that was like, really seemed like a cool idea. But I was almost 51 years old, and that's old. And I said, you know, I'm too old to do this. But we decided, she and I decided, that I would play, and I would face some fears that I'd had since childhood of ever playing a sport because I was never good enough. I am good enough. I've been doing this for 7 years, and I've been good enough for 7 years. And if it hadn't been for my courageous daughter bringing me those skates, I might have never done it. So for my future self, I would say, be proud that you faced your fears and that you wanted badly enough to do this with your daughter, that you faced your fears and you did this, because it's been one of the greatest experiences of my life. I'm sorry, I forgot I was going to start.